episode 7 of the Ringo Report. I'm your host, Brandon Ringo. Now, 7 is my favorite number, so I had to make this episode special, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff that's been announced this week that's coming up. There's a lot of fun stuff to get to. So first, I'd like to discuss some top stories of some of the things that I've read that have been going on as far as our local music scene goes. Now, the first piece of news that I think is most exciting is Paul Bearer has been in town for the last couple of weeks working on music videos. Specifically, there's pictures posted to social media of them recording at like a Masonic Lodge, and there's a couple of other cool places in town where they're filming videos. And if you got a chance to see them last year at Mutants or at the Rev Room, you know that their new album is going to be absolutely killer. Now, another local band that's also like big in the doom metal world that's got a new album coming out is Wake. Now, they haven't exactly said what they're up to, but the guys did pay a visit to Black Oak, Arkansas, home of Jim Dandy Mangrum from the band Black Oak, Arkansas, and also the where the name Mutants the Monster came from and all kinds of stuff. Just Arkansas legends meeting Arkansas legends, basically. Now, my speculation is that Jim Dandy's going to be on the album in some capacity. I don't know what, but it's very exciting to see Arkansas's past meeting its like future, you know, in terms of like historical like legacy and whatnot. Speaking of which, another band that's from Arkansas that's doing huge things has been Terminal Nation. Now, they were recently asked to play the Decibel Metal and Beer Fest in Philadelphia in April. And as part of that, in the upcoming issue of Decibel, Terminal Nation is actually listed on the cover, which I think is very cool. You know, anytime you've got an Arkansas band doing big things, obviously it's worth noting, and especially on a magazine as big as Decibel. Now, speaking of shows, there's been some really cool announcements over the last few weeks. Specifically, last week, one that I was very excited about is Baltimore crust punk hardcore band Gasket is going to be coming here on March the 28th. They're going to be playing at Vino's with Dismal and Dryer Fire. I actually discovered them on Liquid Metal, and I was like, oh my God, this is actually like really fun. It reminds me of Nails and stuff. So like Gasket, that's going to be a really fun show. Another cool show that's going to be happening is for the death metal kids. Mutilated and Send It to Die are going to be coming to Vino's with Chain Snatcher on April 24th. Now, Mutilated and Send It to Die have both come through here a few times, and they're exceedingly brutal. And Chain Snatcher is a new band featuring members of a lot of other really cool Arkansas bands. So that's going to be a fun show to check out. Also announced is emo band Wrist Meet, I guess you'd call it emo, Wrist Meets Razor is going to be playing with the Requiem here on April 14th. That show is going to be at Vino's. Also with Current Solace is a part of that. And outside of the heavy metal world, there was also a really cool event announced for the Labyrinth. It's going to be on Saturday, April 20th. Sleazy E presents No Ring Wrestling. Now, it's not all death matches. This is actually, as if you listen to the episode of Sleazy E on the podcast, on the Crushcast, he talks about how they wanted to do some wrestling without rings and not just be death matches and not look like guys fighting in a bar. And so this is actually kind of a manifestation of that and the thing that's happening. And I'm really excited because, you know, one of the things that makes pro wrestling cool is the ring, but like what happens when you take that away? Then what do they do? So that's going to be a fun thing to check out happening at the Labyrinth. Now, also some fun things to check out that are happening. There's a lot of really cool shows that are going to be happening this week. Specifically tonight at Whitewater Tavern, Uniwa is going to be hosting an event. It's kind of more of like a laid back thing where you can just drink and dance and chill. And then Friday night, the 23rd at Vino's, Realms of Death, Open Casket, Hypertension, and Through Blood are all going to be playing. And then the same day, Color Design, Lap, and Big Cloud are going to be playing at Whitewater Tavern. The next day is going to be a big show at Vino's with Lumina, Birds with Teeth, Buckshot Princess, and Fresco Gray. Now, this is a mixed bill show that's been put on by Wormageddon Productions, which is, well, it's me. And, you know, it's my little production thing and my promotional tool. I enjoy booking shows. And so this is a thing that I put on. It's special to me because I asked, like, who wants to play Vino's? And these are the bands that responded. Now, also happening that day are two other really special events I feel like need to be announced or talked about. Sea Hag is going to be playing with Death Throes from a Star and Pyrocratic at the Whitewater Tavern. And also that same day, Current Solace, Hypertension, EMS, and Through Blood are going to be playing at Full Moon Records. So there's a whole lot of stuff happening during the weekend, and then also some stuff coming through during the week. It's going to be on the Tuesday the 27th. Threat is going to be playing at Vino's with some other bands. Also, the next day, through Emo Night is going to be with Through It All, Skull of the Americas, and Chainsaw Lassie. It's going to be happening at Vino's. That's going to be a fun little show. And then on Thursday, February 29th, celebrate your leap year with Livid, Hypertension, Chain Snatcher, and some band called Mamoth Karavan. It's going to be selling a hot sauce. It's going to be a fun show. And speaking of fun, aside from all the show announcements and keeping track of all that, I've also tried to listen to as much music as I can from local artists. And one particular artist that's got my attention lately with the new single is the Funkanites. They're a band from, I don't know how many members are in it, but they're from Central Arkansas, and they have a lot of really cool, they play a lot of cool shows. Their music is very laid back and jazzy and funky. And this single, Moving On, it's really smooth, and it's about the closest thing we've got to like a Steely Dan type of deal. And so, yes, if you get a chance, check out Funkanites. They're going to be doing shows soon. They're probably working on a new album and all of that. So they're a very big part of this scene. And so it's cool that, to see them with a new song. That Funkanites single may be sweet, but something else sweet that I got to check out recently is freeze-dried candy, thanks to a local company called Freeze Dried Galaxy. Now, this came up on my Instagram, and I decided to give it a shot and check it out because I was like, Freeze Dried Galaxy, that sounds cool. Well, it turns out they're from Little Rock, and they have candy that they sell here at a local market, a vintage market off of Rodney Parham. That's definitely worth checking out. They have a lot of cool stuff there, but I found this candy, and I decided to try it. First thing I tried was the Skittles. They basically take sour Skittles and freeze dry them so that the chewy inside's kind of ballooned, and it's like eating cereal almost, the consistency wise, but it's like really sour and really flavorful, and it's unlike any candy experience I've ever had. That's for damn sure. Another thing that I got to try was their gummy clusters, which is like taking like the gummies and then having like the nerds and stuff on it. And like when it's freeze dried and you eat it, it's kind of like eating like a Lay's potato chip, but like, with nerds and stuff stuck to it. And it was also a very unique experience, and I'm very glad I got to try it, and I definitely am going to be going back to try more of this Freeze Dried Galaxy stuff because I think it's really cool what they're doing. And so it's definitely something that's worth checking out. So that's everything major that I wanted to cover for the Ringo Report this week. Be sure and check out this week's Crashcast guest, Diet Sweets. I got to do a feature on them recently for my Ringo Report Instagram. I also just launched the Ringo Report on Facebook, so if you haven't seen that for some reason, go check that out and give it a like. I'll be posting different reviews of the bands every day, including some of the bands that I've got coming up. We did Diet Sweets recently and Time Well Wasted. Got Buckshot Princess is going to be coming up, Uniwa, Zilla, and quite a few other cool bands that I've yet to announce anything from. So stay tuned to the Ringo Report on social media, and also make sure and watch this week's Crashcast. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time.